Hello, going to take you through a quick oil change on a 2013 F6B. Got it up on the center stands, ran the bike for about 5 minutes, let it cool down for a few. Okay, then what you need to do is go ahead and pull this panel off. I already kind of took it off and just put it up there just to show you what you need to remove. There's these little clips right here, right there, and this one right here. You need to pop those off of this spot, and then up in here. And then go ahead and take your dipstick, set it like that, and come back. All right, and then the next thing you need to do is take your oil plug out, and this guy right here fits your plug, and sometimes it's on pretty tight, so you have to try pretty hard to get it off. But this right here is your oil plug, that guy right here is your oil filter. But first we'll drain the oil, and then I already cracked this and drained it, but I'm giving you an example of, loosen up your plug, and then go ahead and take your plug out, and the plug will probably be pretty hot. You'd want to pull your oil pan over, take that guy off, drain all your oil, wipe up a little bit right here. The oil will be pretty hot too from running it, so just be careful with your fingers. Okay, next, while the bike is draining the oil, I'll go ahead and get the filter ready. I'm using a Honda oil filter. You want to stick with the filters that are all wrapped up, and what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take some of the oil and go ahead and fill up the oil filter and let it soak in. Okay, I've opened up the filter and the oil, and then I'll go ahead and just fill it up, and that'll actually drain in pretty fast, as you can see. And we'll probably do that twice, so I'll let that soak in to the filter, and then I'll come back and fill it up one more time. Actually, it's about ready. There you go. You can see it just soaking in. And you actually only get a couple drops that end up, falling out on the concrete when you put this on. You'd think more would come out, but it doesn't. And then we'll just take a little bit of this oil, smear it around on the O-ring. You want to use clean oil for this. You don't want to use the dirty oil. Alright, we'll come back. Okay, and then oil's just about drained out. You want to go ahead and get a new plug washer. Every time you change the oil, replace this washer, and you go ahead and slide it on. I like to go ahead and wipe down real quick where the plug's going to go. Get your plug back in. Get hand tight, and then go ahead and wipe it down. Make sure you don't have a bunch of oil down here, because later on you want to kind of use this to check and see if you have a leak at your plug. And then you take your wrench, go ahead and tighten it up. You can look in your manual to see what the torque should be set at. That's pretty good. And then the next step is you want to go ahead and get your oil filter off, which is this guy right here, and the filter wrench slides on. You don't have to take the fairing and stuff off. It fits very easy, and you go ahead and just pull it. Go ahead and take this guy off. You get to a point you can do it by hand, and some oil is going to come out. So go ahead and twist this off. You can see the oil coming out. There you go. And go ahead and let that drain out. And we'll come back. Okay, after all the oil is drained out from the oil filter, go ahead and move your oil container away. Then wipe down and clean off where your oil filter is going to go. And then you take it and put it back on. Go ahead and thread it on. Trying to do this so you can see. We didn't have any oil come out of the new filter. And then take your oil wrench and tighten her up. Doesn't need to be super tight. There you go. And then wipe it down again, and just looking to clean off any of the oil. Okay. Okay, and then the next step, you want to go ahead and get the new oil on the bike. So take the dipstick out, get a clean oil funnel. Then this bike holds about 4 quarts. So go ahead and pour that in. This bike holds about 4 quarts. Okay. Then take your dipstick, wipe it down, make sure it's doesn't have any oil on it. And we'll go ahead and put it in. Just give it a quick check. Yep, looks all right, and then we'll start her up. Go ahead and start the bike up, let it run for a few minutes. let that new oil get up in the engine, and then after a few minutes we'll stop the bike, let it sit for a couple, check the oil, and see how it looks. Wipe it down, and then the goal is to get the oil between these two lines right here. So wipe the dipstick down and then go ahead and put it in. Don't screw it in, and then just pull it out and check it. Yep, that looks good. We'll just check it one more time. Getting it between those two lines. Yep, that looks good. I don't know if you can see, but it's right between those two lines. And then go ahead and wipe that down and put it in, screw it in, make it nice and hand tight. And then you want to put the side panel back on, and basically you're getting these clips put back into these little rubber grommets. Can get a little tricky, but usually behave. There we go. And just kind of wipe it down. And the last step is to check and make sure you don't have any oil leaks in the drain plug or the filter. Okay, last quick check. We'll just check and see how the drain plug and the oil filter look. It all looks clean. Don't see any oil. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Now you just got to go have some fun.